Hi YLD, I am so excited to read you this story today. It was one of my favourites when I was younger. It's called The Paper Bag Princess. And before we start reading it, I just wanted to have a quick chat because the reason I chose this story is that it is a different take on a traditional tale. So this isn't actually a traditional tale because it's too new, although it actually is quite old now, but it hasn't been passed down from years and years and years and years of generations of people. But when we think about traditional tales, one of the issues that we have with them now is that because they're very old-fashioned, and we've spoken about this before, about history and how girls and women were treated in the past in some countries, sometimes the girls in the stories always have to be saved by a boy. But actually, we know that boys and girls can do the same things, and that girls are just as strong as boys, and girls can grow up and have the same jobs as boys and can be in charge of things and stuff like that. So it's really important that we know that in stories, girls can be the person that comes in and rescues the boy. And sometimes boys need rescuing, boys need help. And men and adults need help too. So this is a bit of a different version of a kind of traditional tale. Elizabeth was a beautiful princess. She lived in a castle and had expensive princess clothes. She was going to marry a prince named Ronald. Unfortunately, a dragon smashed her castle, burnt all her clothes with his fiery breath, and carried off Prince Ronald. Oh no, look at her. And poor Ronald. Elizabeth decided to chase the dragon and get Ronald back. What kind of character is Elizabeth? She's strong, isn't she? You might be able to hear Seth in the background. He's just about to go out. She looked everywhere for something to wear, but the only thing she could find that was not burnt was a paper bag. So she put on the paper bag and followed the dragon. He was easy to follow because he left a trail of burnt forests and horses' bones. So she's clever as well because she's tracking down the dragon. Finally, Elizabeth came to a cave with a large door that had a huge knocker on it. She took hold of the knocker and banged on the door. The dragon stuck his nose out of the door and said, "Well, a princess. I love to eat princesses, but I have already eaten a whole castle today. I am a very busy dragon. Come back tomorrow." He slammed the door so fast that Elizabeth almost got her nose caught. Elizabeth grabbed the knocker and banged on the door again. Wow, so she is determined, isn't she? The dragon stuck his nose out of the door and said, "Go away. I love to eat princesses, but I have already eaten a whole castle today. I am a very busy dragon. Come back tomorrow." "Wait," shouted Elizabeth. "Is it true that you are the smartest and fiercest dragon in the whole world?" "Yes," said the dragon. I wonder why she's saying that. "Is it true," said Elizabeth, "that you can burn up 10 forests with your fiery breath?" "Oh, yes," said the dragon, and he took a huge deep breath and breathed out so much fire that he burnt up 50 forests. Wow. "Fantastic," said Elizabeth, and the dragon took another huge breath and breathed out so much fire that he burned up 100 forests. "Magnificent," said Elizabeth, and the dragon took another huge breath, but this time nothing came out. The dragon didn't even have enough fire left to cook a meatball. Elizabeth said, "Dragon, is it true that you can fly around the world in just 10 seconds? "Why, yes," said the dragon, and jumped up and flew all the way around the world in just 10 seconds. He was very tired when he got back, but Elizabeth shouted, "Fantastic! Do it again!" So the dragon is going to have no fire left and be really tired. What do you think her plan is? So the dragon jumped up and flew around the whole world in just 20 seconds. When he got back, he was too tired to talk, and he lay down and went straight to sleep. Elizabeth whispered very softly, "Hey, dragon." The dragon didn't move at all. She lifted up the dragon's ear and put her head right inside. She shouted as loud as she could, "Hey, dragon!" The dragon was so tired he didn't even move. Right, what do we think is going to happen? She's going to go get Ronald? And then do you think they'll live happily ever after because she saved him? We'll find out. Elizabeth walked right over the dragon and opened the door to the cave. There was Prince Ronald. He looked at her and said, "Elizabeth, you are a mess. You smell like ashes. Your hair is all tangled, and you are wearing a dirty old paper bag. Come back when you're dressed like a real princess." Can you believe that? What would you say if you were Elizabeth? Well, this is what she says. "Ronald," said Elizabeth, "your clothes are really pretty and your hair is very neat, but you look like a real prince, but you are a toad." They didn't get married after all. And there she is, happily ever after, skipping off into the sunset by herself. So I like Elizabeth a lot because she is smart, she is quick, she is brave, and she also knows her self-worth. So she knew that she didn't have to marry someone that was rude to her and only liked her for the way that she looked. She knew that that was not good enough for her. So that is a really lovely version of a traditional tale. Not really a traditional tale, but has the same kind of things like dragons and princesses. Okay, see you soon for our next story. Bye, Wildie.